Poor sleep has become all too common in today's modern world. The constant flood of late night notifications, endless scrolling, and the daily stress is taking a toll on our sleep. So it's no surprise that many of us struggle to even get out of bed in the morning, but it doesn't have to be this way. In this video, I'll be sharing my 5 essential protocols that helped me from hitting the snooze button to waking up energized every morning. If you're new here, my name is Tom, and I'm an engineering student on a journey to better myself while sharing what I learned with you guys along the way. So let's dive in. So getting morning sunlight is a really powerful tool to improve your sleep quite quickly. For me, when my sleep was awful and I was just not being able to fall asleep quickly or wake up at all, getting morning sunlight was one of the quickest ways for me to get back on the right track. I would say within 4 days, I was actually seeing a significant difference in my energy levels when I was actually waking up in the morning, which in terms of a quick fix is probably the best you're gonna get. So what do you need to do to get the benefit of this? So every morning you need to get between 2 to 10 minutes of morning sunlight outside, not through a window, ideally without sunglasses, just looking up in the sky so you can get this morning sunlight into your eyes to then start this circadian rhythm so you can actually fall asleep at night and wake up energized. The weather doesn't matter in this situation. I'm in the UK and it's cloudy 90% of the time. So as long as you're getting outside and looking into some sort of daylight, this is going to be beneficial into your sleep.
This is grounded in the core of our physiology. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of quality peer-reviewed papers showing that light viewing early in the day is the most powerful stimulus for wakefulness throughout the day, and it has a powerful positive impact on your ability to fall and stay asleep at night.
The next tip I have to really help my sleep was the 3-2-1 rule. So the 3-2-1 rule is not having food 3 hours before bed, not drinking 2 hours before bed, and not viewing screens 1 hour before bed. Now this is a really powerful tool to get your body and mind ready for when you're going to sleep. So not eating 3 hours means that you're not digesting any food as you're going to sleep, so your body can actually focus on sleeping. Drinking 2 hours before bed, this basically means that you don't need to wake up in the middle of the night needing to go to the toilet. You can actually sleep peacefully all the way through. So this helps you stay asleep when you're at night. No screens 1 hour before bed. I feel most people know that the blue light emitted from these phones and devices disrupts the sleep in your brain. If you absolutely need to, blue light glasses can work to block some of this light to help you fall asleep, but it's advised just to not look at screens at all if you can help it. The third tip I have to really improve your sleep is how to wind down properly. Now this is something I struggled with for a really long time because no one actually teaches you how to wind down. You're just told, oh, don't look at screens, or you're told just to wind down and somehow be able to fall asleep just like that. So what does winding down actually mean? So for me, I find winding down is just lowering and relaxing your brain level so you can actually fall asleep. Your brain is going 100 miles an hour all day, so you can't suddenly expect to slam on the brakes and come to a nice peaceful stop ready for sleep. So how do you actually wind down? Well, the best ways I found is that if you've got racing thoughts, just get a brain dump, get a piece of paper and a pen and just write down any thoughts you've got in your mind. Now this allows your brain to actually start slowing down because you're getting a lot of these thoughts keeping you up at night onto a piece of paper that you know you've recorded and you can look at the next day. This also saves you from waking up in the middle of the night thinking, shit, I forgot to defrost the chicken. Another way to really slow down your mind is to journal. This really reduces your stress and anxiety that you felt throughout the day by getting any emotions and thoughts down onto a piece of paper. And writing these feelings in a journal or even just a piece of paper, as simple as that, really helps you process them and calm yourself ready for sleep. More relaxing activities include reading or meditation. Spending some time to take some deep breaths and relax the mind can be really beneficial in setting yourself up ready for sleep. But again, this is down to your own personal needs. So something that can be relaxing to you might not be to someone else. So another really important step for good sleep, as stated by Hubby Huberman, is getting consistency.
The data show that keeping relatively consistent sleep and wake times is really going to enhance the quality and depth of your sleep.
Consistency came quite naturally as I was getting that morning sunlight because the circadian rhythm just started actually falling into place and doing what your body was supposed to do by waking yourself up. What I feel the most important tip here is to keep your wake time consistent no matter what your bedtime actually becomes. We all live busy and exciting lives, and sometimes missing a bedtime just happens. But what's important is, I feel, waking up at the same time, because this keeps that rhythm going. And what I feel as well, after you get into the swing of sort of the circadian rhythm and waking up quite consistently, even if you go to bed 2-3 hours behind your normal time, you end up waking up at your normal wake time anyway. I find with a uni student myself, you still want to spend time with friends and enjoy yourself now and then. So even times when you do go to bed later, waking up in the morning is a really important thing to keep that energy and sleep consistency going. The final tip I've got here is avoiding sleep disruptors. Now this is caffeine and alcohol. I feel like most people saw that coming. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours, which means in that time, 50% of the caffeine is out of your system. This can be really disrupting to your sleep. So it's advised to avoid caffeine about 8 to 10 hours before your planned bedtime. So in my case, if I was going to bed at 11 o'clock, you want to have your last coffee about 2-3 p.m. at the latest. This is because the caffeine blocks the adenosine receptors and keeps you awake. Alcohol is also a really bad sleep disruptor. Now the problem with alcohol is that it more sedates you than actually helps you get into sleep. So the quality of sleep you're actually getting is quite poor. Now for me, this was a really big eye-opener as a student who obviously drank quite a lot throughout the years in university. But what I found most shocking was, after tracking my sleep and recovery using a Whoop, was that my recovery reduced by 26% when drinking alcohol, which honestly is quite scary. The fact that as a student, I've been drinking for quite a number of years. But it's also really important to remember that we aren't robots, that sometimes you miss a bedtime for a special event, or maybe you drink a little bit too much on a night out. But knowing that we can make a few small changes to improve our sleep over time can be really powerful. If you found this information useful and want to find out more insights and personalized supports, check the first link in the description to have a look at my private community. And as always, love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.